This is a stretch of sand along the Pacific in California. Normally, it's a favorite spot of sun worshippers and surfers. But today, it is off limits to all but a crew of movie makers from Hollywood. They've come to stage a scene for the Americanization of Emily, the new MGM Filmways movie. The script called for one short sequence showing troops going ashore in France on D-Day in World War II. This is the spot they've selected for recreation of the event, 5,000 miles from where it really happened. The scene will run 3 minutes on the screen, but 4 months of preparation, a week of shooting, and $250,000 are required to get it on film. Here, 60 miles north of Hollywood, a small town is set up for the hundreds of actors and technicians. Tons of equipment are brought in. This 250-foot high crane is needed for cameras that will photograph the scene from the air. Long before the actors arrive, construction crews work to make the beach look like Normandy on that fateful day more than 20 years ago. Every operation must have a general. Martin Ransohoff, who is producing the picture, is the man in charge of this one. Here he begins working out action for one day's scenes. Filming in a dangerous surf presents special problems. Cameramen select position of the camera platforms. Then Ransohoff climbs atop a platform to test it. Today's movie producer must be agile of body as well as mind. This camera being carried through the surf will catch close-ups of the actors as they go ashore. Other technicians are planting more than 5,000 pounds of explosives, mostly dynamite and black powder bombs. They're carefully placed in iron pots sunk into the sand. This is dangerous business. Position of each explosive has to be worked out in advance. And each must be connected to wires that lead to a central control board. From this board, the dynamite charges will be set off on cue. James Garner, one of the film's stars, and the director, Arthur Hiller, talk over the first scene. They agree on a morning of rehearsal before a camera will turn. Garner also checks with Paul Bird, the special effects expert. His job, to make it look so much like D-Day, even Eisenhower might be fooled. The actors must know where each explosive is placed, and Bird is the man to tell them. Nobody got ashore on D-Day without getting wet. This must look like the real thing, so Garner dives into the surf before rehearsals begin. He comes ashore and falls, just as he will do when cameras start turning. It's a cool day, and they're not taking any chance of Mr. Garner catching cold. A blanket keeps him warm while the rehearsal goes on. Other cameras are set up. There will be 4 filming simultaneously. Rehearsal is over. It's time for a lunch break. Hot food is brought to the beach area for the company of more than 100. There's no standing on protocol on location. It's first come, first served, including the stars. The luncheon break is cut to 30 minutes, for daylight is a valuable commodity when filming on location. With chow time out of the way, Director Hiller calls Garner and his co-star James Coburn for a final discussion. Garner portrays a U.S. Navy lieutenant. Coburn is his wartime buddy. Though most of the picture takes place far from the battlefield, in this sequence, the two are very much in the thick of the action. Reflectors are adjusted. The moment everyone has been working toward is here. Lights are needed, even in the sun. Cameras are ready. The assistant director shouts for quiet. The extras get their last-minute instructions from Hiller. Like the stars, they've been briefed on the exact spot of each explosive. One camera crew is hoisted aloft by the crane. Another goes into the water. Now the smoke pots are lighted. There are 80 of them, and each has an assigned position. Everything is now in readiness. The cameraman uses a meter to check the light. Director Hiller makes a check with camera viewfinder, then signals, "Okay, all is ready." "Action," yells an assistant. Garner and Coburn plunge into the freezing surf and begin their part of the scene, one that sets up a surprise ending for the picture, in which Julie Andrews and Melvyn Douglas also are starred. Now the weeks of careful preparation pay off. The bombs explode as planned, all on schedule, as Paul Byrd signals the cues from the control board. These are moments fraught with danger, all for 3 minutes of exciting action in the Americanization of Emily. The scene is over. Everything has gone as planned. Producer and director are satisfied. So James Garner, at the finish of another busy day, goes to his portable dressing room. At least he knows every day will not be so rugged. Soon to be filmed are scenes with lovely Julie Andrews, who plays Emily. Scenes such as this one, which takes place far from the war front.
For all your charm, you're a scoundrel, Charlie. Seems I don't mind making love to a scoundrel, but I think it immoral to marry one.